Café and Networking Podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Reaoch, known as the King of Networking, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. And today we talk with Wayne Pernell. He's an Exponential Success Coach, joining us from Benicia, California. Wayne Pernell is president of DynamicLeader Incorporated, an international speaker, breakthrough consultant, high-performance leadership coach, and international #1 best-selling author. So Wayne, why is work-life balance a myth?
Hey, Tom, I think people believe in balance as being something that's static. You reach this place that is equal and it's beautiful, and work-life balance doesn't exist because you have life. You have life, and it's about what you put into that life that makes your life amazing, right? So sometimes it's play, sometimes it's research, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's work. And when people spend too much time at work, you're out of balance. When people spend too much time at play, you're out of balance. But it's never static. It's never in full balance because each part of your life demands attention at different times.
And those times are, seconds, minutes, hours. It's not, well, this day I'm in balance and tomorrow I'm not. It's changing constantly.
That's exactly right. There are times that your pets need attention. There are times that your health needs attention. And sometimes you get to plan that and sometimes you don't. And so the balance is really internal. It's what you do with it. It's how you choose to take every piece of your life in stride. You know what the demands are likely to be. That means you get to put things on your calendar the way you want them to be.
Well, we do that in business and in life, in our personal life, but the telephone still rings. You get an email, something comes up on your handheld device, somebody approaches you in your company, somebody drops a new plan on your desk, and we have to react to that. We have to understand that that's part of the unbalanced balance.
That is part of that's a great term, unbalanced balance. I believe that we can be responsive versus reactive. I also believe that we as leaders, that everyone's a leader because you're being watched. And so leadership exists in everything you do. You get to choose what goes into your life. You get to choose what you prioritize. And just because someone hands you something that's a priority of theirs doesn't necessarily mean it's a priority of yours.
But you said a very key word. We're being watched.
Yes.
And in a corporate scenario, I would always say that we are on stage. And it's not only your boss, it could be your boss's boss's boss that's looking at that stage where you are. And you need to speak to that. So when you hear the plop of the new project drop on your desk, that'd be virtual or presential, it's that reaction which is captured, right?
The reaction is, this is great, thank you. And where in my priorities does this belong now? Do you want me to bump something else? You get to, when you make it a partnership with your boss or your skip level, your boss's boss, hey, this is awesome. I'm ready to handle this. The question is, with these other priorities you've given me, where would you like this to go?
Well, that's good because you say responsive versus reaction, or reactive. We tend to react,
Correct.
And we don't realize how we are responding in that reaction.
Well, the reaction is a stress response, right? Here's this thing, and now you have to react. Versus, you know what? This thing happens every Monday morning. It's been festering for the boss or the boss's boss over the weekend. You can count on it. Build some emergency time into your calendar. That way, it allows you to be a little more reactive. And again, I mean, that's where we get the work-life balance. It's like, how do you choose? It's about choice, really. How do you choose to step into the world? How do you choose to welcome each day? Is it, oh, I have to do this? Or, wow, I get to do this. What's next? What's the next big challenge? What's the next big challenge?
And the challenges are opportunities, and there are, the world's full of opportunities. Many times we don't perceive them as being that.
Every moment of every day is an opportunity. I have a saying that I teach in my leadership work, which is what's available to me now. This came when I was teaching martial arts. What's available to me now? Because every moment,
every second,
you get a new perspective, and that perspective counts for you being able to see your environment and even yourself and the context in a different way if you choose to do that.
Well, to that point, and then it's exponential success. You need to we are successful. We generally don't see that. Maybe we don't think we are. But to make it exponential, it's part of the response that we're going to take to our own well-being.
If you think about in terms of exponential success, if you think about the incremental steps that it takes to get there, right? In Fahrenheit degrees, 211 is sub-boiling. One more degree is 212. Now you're boiling. Right. It's only a degree, but it took you, right? And that degree, boom, is the exponential leap.
That's the steam to the engine.
Exactly. You put those things in place to get you to 211. At 212, one extra degree, you're boiling, right? And so that's the whole thing about your life. What are you putting in place now? What are you putting in place now that makes all the difference tomorrow or tomorrow's tomorrow?
Well, come back in balance, let that steam cool off and save some of the water. You run out and you get an empty pot, right?
And you get to start all over. And then it's a get to instead of a have to. And you realize you were the one that was adding the heat all along. So, it's all good. It's all good.
Very good. Well, Wayne, thank you for being part. How can our listeners find you?
I have a masterclass that's a free download. Come to WaynePernell.com, WAYNE Pernell, PERNELL, WaynePernell.com. Some people call me Dr. P. Some people call me Wayne. Come and explore all the things that I have for you. Some of it's free. WaynePernell.com.
Find the books and everything else you've written as well.
Yes, the books, the podcasts, the TEDx talks. It's all there.
Blogs is chock full of stuff.
It definitely is, Tom. Yep. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here again.
It's a pleasure. It truly is. Thank you.
Okay. And for our listeners, it's Wayne Pernell, WaynePernell. Find him on LinkedIn, on WaynePernell.com, and also on DynamicLeader.com. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus Semi Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at their site, FOCUSMI.com. When you talk to Tom, you talk to the world. Thanks for listening, and until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.